Imagine this. 1.9 billion euros vanishes into thin air. A global fintech company crumbles, and regulators are left scrambling.
Says it's unable to release its earnings report due to money that it's unable to find.
How did it all happen? Stick around and let's unravel this shocking tale of greed, deception, and downfall. Wirecard was Germany's golden child of fintech. Founded in 1999, it started as a small company specializing in processing payments for online gambling and adult entertainment sites. Over time, Wirecard repositioned itself as a leader in the booming digital payments industry, leveraging the growing popularity of e-commerce. By the 2010s, Wirecard had transformed into a powerhouse, offering innovative payment solutions for businesses worldwide.
Mobile payment is really early stage. I always compare it to the internet in the beginning of the 2000 years.
Its services included processing online transactions, issuing prepaid credit cards, and even providing banking services through its subsidiary Wirecard Bank. The company marketed itself as the future of digital payments, capitalizing on the shift towards a cashless society. Wirecard's success wasn't just hype. It reported impressive growth year after year, and in 2018, it replaced Commerzbank on Germany's DAX 30, the stock market index of the country's top companies. For many, Wirecard symbolized Germany's ability to innovate and compete in the global tech landscape. But beneath the surface, cracks were already forming. Wirecard's meteoric rise drew skeptics, including investigative journalists and short sellers who questioned the company's financial practices. Yet, for years, Wirecard managed to dismiss these concerns, riding high in its image as a fintech trailblazer. Little did anyone know, this golden child was sitting on a ticking time bomb. In early 2020, Wirecard's world began to unravel when financial discrepancies came to light. The tipping point? Auditors at Ernst & Young discovered that 1.9 billion euros was missing from Wirecard's accounts. To put that in perspective, that's almost a quarter of the company's total assets. How could such a massive discrepancy go unnoticed for so long? Initially, Markus Braun, Wirecard's CEO and public face, tried to downplay the situation. He claimed the missing money was held in escrow accounts in the Philippines. But when investigators contacted the banks that supposedly held the funds, the response was shocking. The accounts didn't exist. The money had never been there. This revelation was just the beginning. Digging deeper, investigators uncovered evidence of widespread fraud. Wirecard had been inflating its revenue for years by reporting fake profits from operations in Asia and other regions. The company created a network of third-party partners to make these transactions appear legitimate, but it was all smoke and mirrors. What's worse? Wirecard's fraudulent practices had been flagged multiple times over the years. Journalists from the Financial Times had published investigative reports questioning Wirecard's accounting practices, but the company dismissed them as baseless attacks. Wirecard even filed lawsuits against critics and whistleblowers to silence them. Meanwhile, regulators like BaFin, Germany's financial watchdog, not only failed to investigate Wirecard, but actively defended it. Instead of scrutinizing the company, BaFin targeted journalists and investors who dared to question its practices. This lack of oversight allowed Wirecard's scheme to grow unchecked for years. The scandal reached a boiling point in June 2020 when Wirecard admitted that the 1.9 billion euros likely never existed. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic, with Wirecard filing for insolvency just days later. Once the truth was out, Wirecard's empire crumbled almost overnight. The company's stock, which had been a darling of investors, nosedived by over 90%. In mere days, billions in market value were wiped out, leaving shareholders in shock. Wirecard's insolvency marked a historic moment. It became the first ever member of Germany's prestigious DAX 30 to go bankrupt. Thousands of employees were left jobless, while investors faced devastating losses. Many pension funds and individual investors had placed their trust in Wirecard, only to see their savings vanish. The scandal didn't just damage Wirecard, it exposed serious flaws in Germany's financial oversight system. Regulators like BaFin, who had been accused of turning a blind eye to red flags, came under intense scrutiny. Critics argued that BaFin's failure to act sooner enabled Wirecard to perpetuate its fraud for years. And then there was Markus Braun, Wirecard's enigmatic CEO. Known for his confident demeanor and tech-savvy image, Braun was arrested shortly after the scandal broke.
The former chief executive of Wirecard, Markus Braun, has been arrested.
But the real drama revolved around Jan Marsalek, Wirecard's COO. Marsalek, described as the mastermind behind the fraud, managed to flee the country. He's been linked to intelligence agencies, covert operations, and even hiding out in Russia. Despite being one of the most wanted fugitives in the world, Marsalek's exact whereabouts remain a mystery. The Wirecard collapse wasn't just a corporate failure, it was a national embarrassment. Germany's reputation as a hub for reliable and transparent business practices took a massive hit, leading to calls for sweeping reforms in corporate governance and regulatory oversight. For many, the Wirecard scandal was a wake-up call, a stark reminder that no company, no matter how successful it seems, is immune to corruption and deceit. After the collapse, the fallout was immense. Markus Braun, Wirecard's CEO, was swiftly arrested and charged with fraud, embezzlement, and market manipulation. Facing significant prison time, Braun has continued to maintain his innocence, claiming he was unaware of the fraudulent activities happening under his leadership. But the story takes an even darker twist with Jan Marsalek, Wirecard's chief operating officer. Marsalek's name became synonymous with intrigue as reports linked him to espionage and clandestine operations. He allegedly used Wirecard's resources to fund covert activities and maintain connections with intelligence agencies in Russia and elsewhere. Marsalek vanished shortly after the scandal broke, evading authorities with the help of fake identities and well-placed allies. He remains one of the most wanted fugitives globally, with rumors suggesting he's hiding in Russia under the protection of powerful figures. Meanwhile, the financial community was left reeling. Regulators like BaFin faced intense scrutiny for their failure to act, leading to promises of reforms in how corporate oversight is conducted. The auditing firm EY also faced lawsuits and a credibility crisis for signing off on Wirecard's financial statements despite glaring irregularities. The missing 1.9 billion euros remains unaccounted for, a symbol of the extensive deception at the heart of Wirecard. Investigators continue to unravel the complex web of shell companies and fake transactions, but many believe that a significant portion of the money may never be recovered. The Wirecard scandal not only highlighted the risks of unchecked corporate power, but also served as a warning to investors, regulators, and businesses worldwide. It's a chilling reminder of how easily trust can be exploited when oversight fails. So, what can we learn from this mess? First, even the biggest companies can crumble if their foundations are built on lies. Second, regulators and auditors need to stay sharp because, clearly, trusting the numbers isn't always enough. And finally, for us regular folks, it's a reminder to be cautious with investments. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this video eye-opening, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into business scandals and corporate intrigue. Have thoughts on the Wirecard scandal? Drop them in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.
In 5 years, you will all wake up and you will do 80% of your transactions over your mobile phone.